Hello and welcome to Trojan Sports Now. I'm Briana Jones.
And I'm Seth Carpenter. Stick around as we bring you the latest news and scores from Troy Athletics.
The men's basketball team won one of two games, which was not enough to secure a spot in the Sun Belt Conference tournament. However, the women's team went into the tournament third seed, which gave them more time to prepare. Unfortunately, their opponent was the South Alabama Jaguars, a team that previously defeated them earlier in the season. The Jaguars opened a double-digit lead in the first quarter, 22-11, its largest until overtime, with an 11-0 run, taking advantage of an 0-for-10 Troy slump. The Trojans fought back as they made it to overtime, but it wasn't enough as they fell 87-74.
For the first time in school history, the Trojan Arena will host the site of a postseason game as the Trojan women's basketball team accepted a bid to play in the WNIT Monday night. The women will play host to in-state rival UAB in the first game of the tournament Thursday night in Trojan Arena. The WNIT appearance is the team's fourth postseason appearance in the last 5 seasons, and head coach Shanda Rigby says this game provides plenty of opportunities for some historic firsts.
We're always striving to do first here at Troy. We're all about setting a record or doing something for the first time. And this is the first time we've been able to host a postseason tournament game at Troy. And if we win it, it's going to be the first time to have a postseason win.
Arkansas State rode a powerful offensive attack to down Troy 9-3 in both teams' Sun Belt Conference opener at Riddle Pace Field on Friday. Arkansas State put up 6 runs in the second inning, and that proved to be the difference in the game. The 6-run frame was kicked off by a 2-run blast from Justin Felix, who led the offensive attack, going 3 for 5 with 2 doubles and a homer, all in all. The Red Wolves used 6 hits, 4 for extra bases to jump on the Trojans early. The Trojans did respond with 2 runs in the bottom of the frame, both coming off the bat of Manning early. 8 of Troy's 10 hits came from 3 batters early, Dalton Sinkfield and Chase Smart. Sinkfield had his second 3-hit performance of the week, tying his career high in a 3-for-4 night, while Smart was 2 for 5 in the contest.
After being down to its final strike, down 1, Arkansas State rallied for 5 runs in the 9th inning to defeat Troy 10-6 Saturday afternoon at Riddle Pace Field and clinch the Sun Belt opening series. A couple of batters after Arkansas State's Justin Felix tied the game with an RBI double. Jake Jablowski stepped to the plate and delivered a big blow to the first pitch, a no-doubt eventual game-winning grand slam over the monster in right. Prior to the 9th inning, Troy pitching had not allowed a hit since the 4th inning, a combination of 2 2/3 hitless innings from Rush Hitson and 6 strikeout outing from Corey Gill. Gill breezed through the first 2 batters of the 9th with a ground out and a strikeout, but wore his first loss of the season after giving up the 5 runs on 4 hits.
The Trojan baseball team then entered the weekend with losses to UAB and Jacksonville State. After 2 more losses to Ark State, Troy looked to salvage Game 3 of the conference opener on Sunday. Nick Brooks has a story.
The Trojans took to avenge a late-inning loss on Saturday, but things did not go as planned as they lost 10-4 on Sunday and were swept at home for the first time under head coach Mark Smart.
Very different, and all credit to Arkansas State. They outcoached us, they outplayed us, they outhit us, they outpitched us. They did everything better than our team did, and credit them. But you know, we've got some work to do. We're a long way from being a caliber of team that we need to be, and it starts with me. I've got to do a better job as the head coach, and I have belief in our team that we'll make the necessary improvements, but it needs to happen pretty quick.
The team has struggled to throw strikes on the mound throughout the season, and Sunday was no different as they walked 7 and hit 1.
Today, they scored in 6 innings in the ball game, 4 in the first, and then forced, you know, a couple single runs and then a 2-run and a single. But in 5 of the 6 innings that they scored, we walked them or hit them. We helped them, and we've got to cut that out. We've got to make the other team earn what they get. So that's where it starts.
The team has not been on a losing streak this long since 2015 when it had a 9-game skid.
5 losses in a row. I don't remember the last time we've had that many. It's been a while. But it's part of baseball. You know, you got to go out and play well to win at this level, and we just have not played very well in the last week. We've had chances to win games, but you got to play 9 innings, you got to play 27 outs, and right now we're not doing a good enough job in that area.
The Trojans are looking to improve on the mound and at the plate when they swing back into action on Wednesday night at Riddle Pace Field. Nick Brooks, Troy, Trojan Vision Sports.
A pair of 2-run home runs powered Louisiana past Troy in the series opener Friday night at Yvette Garrard Field. A sacrifice fly by Bailey Curry that scored Carragher in the top of the first inning put Louisiana on the board first. A 2-run home run by Julie Rawls gave the Raging Cajuns a 3-run advantage. But Troy answered in the top of the fourth with a run. Madeline Porter hit a double to the left center to score Taylor Gorbett, who got on with an infield single to put Troy on the board. A 5-run inning capped off by a 2-run home run by Rania O'Neill gave Louisiana a 7-run advantage going into the bottom of the 6th.
A walk-off 2-run home run by Julie Rawls powered Louisiana past Troy in the series-clinching Saturday afternoon game at Yvette Garrard Field at Lampson Park. Julie Rawls' 2 home runs scored the 8th run of the game to close out the game in 6 innings. Summer Ellison picked up her 2nd win of the weekend after scattering 2 hits and recording 4 strikeouts. In the bottom of the 5th, hits by Raina O'Neill and Alyssa Dalton gave Louisiana a 6-0 advantage that set up the Rawls for the game-ending home run.
Louisiana's Bailey Curry recorded 5 RBIs, including a walk-off 2-run home run to close out the series finale with a win over Troy Sunday afternoon at Yvette Garrard Field. Home runs by Lexi Comotes in the 4th, Carragher in the 5th, and the walk-off by Bailey Curry capped off the scoring for the Raging Cajuns. Summer Ellison was the winning pitcher for all 3 games of the series. Ellison ended the final game with 3 strikeouts after scattering 4 hits. Leanna Johnson suffered the loss for Troy after giving up 6 runs off of 6 hits. Johnson added 3 more strikeouts to her resume after coming into the weekend ranked 6th nationally.
The Trojan softball team looked to get out of a 4-game losing streak when they hosted the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets in a midweek matchup, but as Nick Brooks shows us, that didn't happen.
The Trojan softball team has been struggling of late, and Tuesday night was more of the same as they dropped their 5th straight game by a score of 5-1. During this streak, they have been outscored 41-2.
When you're playing good softball, you're pitching well, you're playing great defense, and you have timely hitting, and we didn't really do any of those really great today. So, we've got to do a better job, and when runners get on, we've got to get a barrel and bring them in. So I thought we did a good job in the first inning of answering back, and just got to do a better job of when they get in scoring position, having some solid at-bats.
Georgia Tech has wins over Mississippi State, Virginia Tech, and Michigan State this season.
They're a good program. They've done a good job. They hit the ball well. They pitched the ball well. I thought we did a good job of coming out of the beginning on the first pitcher, and I think we had a good plan and did a really good job of seeing the pitches we wanted and laying off her drop ball, and I was really proud of our hitters for doing that. They brought another kid in, and we just didn't make the adjustment.
There was a bright spot for the Trojans as Claire Graves gave up 1 run in her 4 innings of work for the Trojans.
On the mound, I was really proud of Claire Graves. She really came in there in the 4th inning and pretty much threw a really good ball game. So I was really proud of her. She hadn't thrown a lot, and for her to come in there and really spark us, that was excellent. So we've got a lot of things to grow on. We didn't do some things that we need to do better, and they just beat us. So, we've got to go out tomorrow and Thursday and get prepared for Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Although the team is on a 5-game losing streak, the losses have been from number 8 LSU, 3 losses to number 10 Louisiana, and Tuesday night's loss to Georgia Tech.
We just got to keep doing the same thing we're doing. We talk about it all the time, and we've played some really good teams, and they've, done a good job of just playing better than we have. I mean, we've got to do the little things better that we're just not doing well right now. We're not going to do anything different at practice or scream and yell or throw temper tantrums. We're just going to go out there and practice hard and show up and do the little things better than we're doing right now.
The Trojans look to improve their pitching and hitting when they hit the road for their 3rd conference series this weekend. Nick Brooks, Trojan Sports Now.
Troy football team hosted their annual pro day for outgoing seniors last Monday. The day included standout performances from Damian Willis and Blaze Brown. Nick Brooks has the action.
9 seniors took part in pro day for the Trojans. The pro day had over 20 scouts from the NFL and CFL. Defensive back Blaze Brown was fresh off the NFL Combine and looking to improve on his 40-yard dash.
I wasn't planning on doing anything else, but I said, why not? I mean, it can only help, can't hurt. So they already have my numbers. kind of forced into it. They kind of called my name. They wanted to see my 60 shuttle, so I went ahead and did that, and I just kept rolling with it.
Some of the numbers thrown up by these seniors were towards the top at their skill position compared to the NFL Combine, and they wanted to showcase that.
I wanted to prove that I'm able and that I wish to have an opportunity to play.
I can move, I'm powerful, quick. That's been my main focus.
I hope I turn a couple heads. I hope I can eventually, say I can further my future playing football. So I feel like I did great today.
Yeah, I proved that I could actually run because they wanted to see me run, to clock the time, and I clocked the exact time they wanted me to run.
This group of seniors is arguably one of the best Troy has seen, as they recorded 35 wins in their career, and pro scouts saw that.
I'm a strong guy, a little stiff, pretty quick.
Telling me I got talent, I look smooth. They just want to know how that knee is. They're going to put me through some things that my knee hasn't been through, so I'm looking forward to that.
They said I had a bright future and that I did pretty good today. So I took that in, take it to heart. So
I had a good 60-yard shuttle, and my turns were really good. And that's the big thing, is like the hips and the turns and stuff like that.
They got me on their draft board. They said they're going to keep in touch with me. I got a couple of visits set up later on in the month.
The Trojans who took part in Pro Day are hoping to hear their name called on NFL Draft Day in just over 6 weeks and join the rest of the men that reside on this wall who donned an NFL jersey. Nick Brooks, Troy, Trojan Vision Sports.
The NFL Draft will be held in Nashville, Tennessee on April 25th through 27th, and the CFL Draft will be held on May 2nd.
Troy Track and Field completed the Doc Anderson Invitational with winning 18 events and setting 14 personal bests, as well as a season best on Friday through Saturday at Troy University. As a team, Troy took home gold with 251 points out of 17, while the men also went home as winners with 357.5 points out of 5 teams. The first event of the Doc Anderson Invitational was the Hammer, and senior Helga Volge took home gold as she launched a 54.09 meter throw to set the tone for Troy. For the men, junior Caleb Brown led the way, landing in 4th place after a distance of 53.83 meters, his personal record. Up next, the team heads to the home of the Cowbells in Starkville, Mississippi for a meeting hosted by Mississippi State.
The Trojans tennis team started with a strong doubles performance to leave no chances for Florida A&M in a dual match 4-0. The Trojans improved to 14-1 in non-conference play to show the major improvement under new head coach Rolando Vargas. The duo of Christopher Tasker and George Playotis defeated Ilya Skromany and Luis Espinoza 6-3. Peleo Atunya and Luis Foy played together for the first time and defeated their opponents with a perfect score of 6-0. The classic duo of Manuel Bernard and Oscar Michalik were stronger than Dimitri Bird and Cardell Williams as they were defeated 6-1.
Troy defeated UT Arlington 4-3 on Sunday at the Lunsford Tennis Complex to extend its winning streak to 4 matches. Mattia Mahavalek defeated Thomas Momoka in thrilling fashion to secure the team's second conference victory. Troy improved to 8-5 while UT Arlington fell 9-5 on the year. The 4-match winning streak is the longest of the season for the Trojans. In doubles, Shanghui Zhuo and Pei Zhu defeated Horagachi and Carla Pons 6-2 to kick off doubles action. Huo and Shea are now 12-0 and remain the only undefeated duo in the Sun Belt Conference.
Bianca Lobauer and Sarah Harrison turned in top 10 performances to lead Troy to a 3rd place finish at the Spring Break Shootout, which concluded with 18 holes on Tuesday at the Lake Javita Country Club. Troy finished with a school record 866 over par in the 54-hole event. The 3rd place finish is Troy's 3rd in 6 events this year, and the Trojans also have a 4th place standing on the year. The Trojans shot a 14 over 866 as the team in the 3rd round event, which is their best 54-hole score of the season by 21 strokes. Still to come on Trojan Sports Now, we'll have a preview of the Trojan women's basketball matchup against the UAB Blazers.
But first, I sat down with baseball's pitcher Levi Thomas. Stick around for more Trojan Sports Now.